Okay, I'm going to demonstrate how you could train a Pitchit AI agent to handle canceled installations or various other things that might happen in a cart abandonment or an onboarding failure. And this traditionally was a very human labor intensive outbound workflow with a pretty low success rate. So it's pretty tough to make a profit on this, but still, you're getting clawed back because that sold internet had a failed install, and you need to at least see if there's a chance or a reason for why they canceled and if they're interested in rescheduling. So there's an AI that can handle that. Now, I've made a couple of assumptions. I'm assuming that this is an internet dealer that's using this AI agent. So I've trained it on internet-related questions and objections. Now, you could train it to be a broker, which is what I've done, so it can sell various different internet plans, or you could train it to only sell one internet plan like Spectrum, and that's it. I, again, made some assumptions that you're a broker-dealer, so you can install a whole bunch of different kinds of internet. And so we're going to run through some of the back and forth that might happen in a live conversation if you were to give AI this workflow. I'm also going to tell you that we've made some assumptions on when the call center is open for business. So 8 to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday is what we've assumed. You can give, or at least I have given the AI agent training that it can contact this lead up to 10 times before it gives up, and that it needs to follow TCPA laws regarding quiet hours and consent revocation, as well as adjacent language like stop, leave me alone, I've changed my mind. And so it would basically revoke consent somewhere along those 10 attempts if they say those things. So what I'm going to demonstrate is what would happen if we actually did get a hold of someone. Now, I'm showing it to you in the browser only because it's very hard to demonstrate a voice call, an SMS call, an email call, and a WhatsApp call in real time. It's much easier to demonstrate in the browser, and then you just kind of imagine that this call happened on the phone, because I can actually talk each step what's going on in the AI agent's brain and make sense of it. And so that's why we're using the browser. But it can and does work in voice, inbound and outbound, in SMS, inbound and outbound, and email, inbound and outbound, as well as WhatsApp, inbound and outbound. So this is a pretty standard template. Let's say you have a person who got canceled on their internet installation. It's going to outbound attempt to reach them. And if they answer the phone, it's going to say, hey, this is Pitchit, an AI agent designed to help you find better internet and utility services. Looks like you had an internet installation that was scheduled yesterday, but it ended up being canceled. Are you interested in rescheduling your install? If so, what day and time? I'm also happy to transfer you to a live agent if you reply with any concerns or issues that you might be having, right? Great. Let's do a challenging customer. So maybe there is a reason why they canceled the installation. So let's say I wasn't at home yesterday. I need someone to come later this week, right? Excellent, no problem. They're being a little bit of a difficult customer, but the AI agent's going to get them rebooked just fine. This is a pretty standard objection, and so it's going to get into its meeting booking time. Agent, it's going to ask what is the preferred time for the call or the install in this case. I'm going to say, let's do 10 a.m. And now it's going to look at the calendar availability for later this week, pretty much any day at 10 a.m. And it's going to find out we don't really know the exact day of the week. They just said anytime later this week. And it says we're available Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Let's say I want Thursday, right? And while I'm recording this call, it's Monday. So the AI agent's assuming we're on Monday. And now it's going to try to book a call for Thursday at 10 a.m., but it's going to run into a hiccup. It doesn't know your time zone. So it's doing exactly what it's trained to do, which is actually get the right time, and it doesn't know its time zone. So I'm going to say Central. Now it should have everything it needs to effectively get that meeting booked at 10 a.m. on Thursday, Central Time, to talk about, to basically send someone out for a new installation. Now there's a couple ways you could do this. So you could basically have the AI agent designed to book a call with a live representative, which is how this one was designed, where the live representative will call at 10 a.m. Thursday morning to schedule the call for a live person to come to their house and do the install. Or you could just train it to have access to your actual human team to do the installation at that time. And so it would effectively just be booking the installation. There really wouldn't be a call going out. But again, I made some assumptions that this is a call center we're working with. And so I have actually scheduled a call with the call center. And so we're going to role play this. You probably don't want a human doing this call Thursday at 10 because there might be a chance of a no call, no show. And so let's assume the AI agent also has been trained to do the calling at scheduled times, and that's exactly what I've trained it to do. I'm going to give it a new pitch. Hi, this is Pitchit, speaking on a recorded line. You asked us to call you at this time to discuss rescheduling your installation, your internet installation. Does this time, let's say I have a live agent waiting. Does this time still work for you, or would you like to reschedule? Let's say I do answer the call Thursday at 10 Central, and I say, yes, I'm free. Now it's going to transfer the call when I submit this. We're not going to get into the rest of the conversation because it basically just transfers the call and you're effectively done. But we are going to kind of conclude here that the whole point of this demonstration was that if you've got someone who's failed to install, we have an AI agent that can outbound attempt up to 10 times to get a hold of that person, ask them why the install failed, and then offer to get the installation rescheduled at a time that might work for them. And it's effectively done that. So it's turned what would have been a whole bunch of outbound legwork with manual labor into a scheduled, transferred inbound call where your live agents simply just have to book the live installation now and no longer have to do all the work of trying to get a hold of this person. Now, keep in mind, if they don't answer the phone, they're going to get a text. If they don't answer the text, they'll get an email. If they don't answer the email, they'll get a WhatsApp. And if they don't answer any of those, they'll get 9 more attempts on all those channels. And so this AI agent does function like a human who's basically going to pester you to get your install rescheduled. Now, if you have not scheduled the install for a reason and you have valid objections, it is trained on those things as well. And so we went through kind of an easy one where they had like a reason that they had to reschedule, they just weren't at home. But they might have other things, like maybe they don't know who you are, and so maybe you're a broker dealer and they were like, oh, I don't know this broker dealer's name. I thought I was working with AT&T. That kind of spooked them out. Maybe they might ask, how does this work? Like, who are you? Why are you brokering AT&T, and why wouldn't I go just directly to AT&T? That's a fair objection. It is trained on these objections and FAQs, so it can answer and say, we research providers at your address, compare options, and then transfer you to an agent to check out the best internet, which saves you hours. You might ask, how much does it cost, right? Because maybe now that you know they're a broker, maybe you're worried they're like marking it up on top of what AT&T would charge. And so it's been trained on all this, and it's properly answering. Are you asking for the cost for internet or phone plans? And if so, please specify, and I'll provide accurate pricing info. And maybe they'll say, a specific internet plan, right? So internet. And they might get into like internet serviceability. And what does it cost for AT&T? And can I compare that to AT&T site and make sure you're not marking it up? Who knows, right? I'm just kind of spitballing here. It says that the plans for any internet provider start at $30 a month, unless you want specific speeds or providers. What else do you want? Let's say that I want to know if AT&T is available, right? And so the consumers now they're trying to tell you, I want to buy AT&T and have AT&T installed, but only if I know it's the same price as their site. And now it's listing, so it's $65 a month for half a gig, $80 for 1 gig, and $145 for 2 gigs, right? Great. Now the consumer knows you're not really marking it up, and that they do offer a reward card if you sign up with the broker dealer. And so you're going back to this and you're saying, okay, so this broker dealer is not marking up the plans. They can broker a whole bunch of stuff. They're going to save me a bunch of time to compare the best options. They're going to reschedule my install for me, and I get a new gift card, a reward card if I sign up now. Maybe the consumer is willing to book a meeting now that you've handled these objections. So the AI agent can also easily be trained to answer these objections and FAQs, and also book meetings with those softball pitch people that just basically reschedule without any objections. So we're not going to finish this conversation where it's asking when's a good time to call, because you've already seen that. Without further ado, though, that is how you can train a Pitchit AI agent to handle a lot of the missed install and rescheduling of install workflows that your team might be doing manually today.